Hello and welcome back to another episode of After the Whistle. It's Monday, April 16th, and I'm Arpin Lobo.
And I'm Maitland Moselle. For our final show of the year, we have interviews with several cast members of the show.
We'll also recap some of the early action from the NBA and NHL playoffs and more. Six days after the horrible crash that has now taken 16 lives, the GVSU women's hockey team honored the Humboldt Broncos by celebrating Jersey Day. The team wore their team jerseys and gathered around the GVSU clock tower for a moment of prayer as well as a moment of silence. If you'd like to donate to the team, we will tweet out the link to their GoFundMe page on our social media.
A couple After the Whistle crew members have spent this semester making their own waves. Sound waves, that is. D'Angelo Starks and Noah Jensen, both After the Whistle crew members, have spent this year making their own podcast, The Jen and Gelo Show. We spoke with them about their year behind the mic.
All right, and joining After the Whistle right now are Noah Jensen and D'Angelo Starks of After the Whistle and also the Jen and Gelo podcast. Guys, thanks for being here. How's it going?
Thanks for having us. Yeah, we're doing good. How about you?
I'm good. So, you guys have been doing this podcast from the beginning of the semester, correct?
Yeah, just this semester.
All right. How did that come about?
Really, we just, we met each other last semester. We were working on some projects and everything together, and we found that we both love sports so much that that's really what our conversations were all the time. And we thought, why don't we try to turn this into something and really get familiar? It's something that we both want to do maybe later with maybe radio broadcasting or doing a podcast. It's something that we might want to be doing, so we thought we might as well try it now, get some experience with it, and it seemed to go pretty well for us.
Yeah, the opportunity to do the podcast presented itself when we found out that there's actually like a podcast studio here on campus. So someone told us about that, and we talked about it and thought maybe we should just give it a try, and we did. We talked to Professor Ford, kind of worked out the details, and then we just started doing it, and we liked to do it just for fun, so we just kept doing it every Monday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so you guys have put out 9 episodes, right?
Yep, yes. 9.
Okay, so from your standpoint, how much do you guys think the show is, like, in your ability and the show's content? How's it grown from episode 1 to 9 in such a short time?
I really feel like there's more give and take between us. It seemed like we really would go off on our own tangents when we first started out. We really didn't. Even though we had met before, we really hadn't gotten that give and take with each other yet.
Chemistry.
Yeah, we haven't gotten that chemistry yet. So like, I noticed it about episode 4 when we got into it. We were 4 weeks in, and we really started going off of each other a lot better. And we weren't really rambling on and going off on our own tangents. We really, it seemed a lot more structured after about 4 weeks.
Yeah, I agree. It just took a few reps to like get to know what each other was going to say and kind of know when the other is stopping and going. But as time went on, a problem that we've run into is that we don't disagree on a lot of stuff. Yeah. And in sports like radio or podcasts, you need a little bit of disagreement. Right. So as time has gone on, we found So we just needed more things to disagree on, and they've kind of come up more lately too. So that helps.
All right. So are you guys planning on continuing this next year?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. We let our listeners know today that we'll be back in August.
Was today the last show?
Yes, it was actually.
All right. You guys heard that last show. All right. So what are some things you want the podcast to display next year? What are some areas you're looking to grow in?
We're gonna really try to focus, get a little more focus on some Grand Valley sports. Try to get some more of that talk in there. Try to get some more guests. I think that's something that might help us out with our, with our give and take with our chemistry. Maybe being able to bring somebody else in there and have like a different conversation with them. Just change it up a little bit for us. But yeah, we just like to just add a couple new things. We think we're in a good spot right now, but just adding some things to it.
I think I'd agree. My main thing that I would want to throw in some more is some guests. Like get some people from After the Whistle on here. They know how to get me fired up. So that could probably produce some good content. We could throw some takes. There's a lot of things and a lot of people I think we could talk to kind of add some more variety rather than just listening to us every single week.
All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck. As for you guys can catch Jen and Gelo. It's all over social media, Twitter, Facebook, other sites. Hope you guys tune in. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. The NBA playoffs are underway. The weekend featured 2 upsets as the Indiana Pacers and New Orleans Pelicans beat the Cleveland Cavaliers and Portland Trail Blazers, respectively. Victor Oladipo and the Pacers snapped LeBron's 6-year streak of going undefeated in the first round of the playoffs, winning 98-80. Meanwhile, in Rip City, Anthony Davis had yet another great playoff performance, putting up 35 points and 14 rebounds as the Pelicans edged out the Blazers 97-95. The Toronto Raptors beat the Washington Wizards 114-106. The infamous 10-game losing streak in Game 1 was snapped by the Raptors in the victory. The last time the Raptors had won a Game 1, Drake was still playing Wheelchair Jimmy on Degrassi. James Harden and the Rockets outlasted Jimmy Butler and the Timberwolves on Sunday night, grabbing Game 1 104-101, as Jimmy Butler's game-tying attempt fell way short. The Beard had 44 to lead all scorers. Wins were also picked up by the Celtics, Warriors, Thunder, and Sixers over the weekend. If this weekend is any indication, we should be in for one awesome postseason.
The NHL playoffs are underway as well. For most of the series, it's been a high-scoring affair. The Bruins have been lighting up the scoreboard on the Toronto Maple Leafs, putting up 12 goals in 2 games. The Bruins take a 2-0 lead into their Monday night game at Toronto. Staying in the Eastern Conference, the Washington Capitals are once again choking in the playoffs as they have blown 2 2-goal leads and lost both games in overtime against the Columbus Blue Jackets. In Game 2, they outshot the Jackets 58-30, but Sergei Bobrovsky made 54 saves in the OT win. Heading out west, the Vegas Golden Knights have gotten off to a hot start as they are up 3-0 on the LA Kings. Their first 2 victories came in overtime, and all 3 games were won by just 1 goal. They are the first expansion team to win their first 3 playoff games. Lastly, the Winnipeg Jets and Minnesota Wild have gotten off to a fun start, with the Jets up 2-1 in the series. The wins were the Jets' first playoff wins in franchise history, but a 4-goal second period helped win Game 3 for Minnesota to make this one a series. As we wrap up the year, we'd like to feature one of our own who has made his mark covering hockey for the Whale Radio and GVTV. All right, so I'm here with Paul McPherson, who's a co-producer of After the Whistle and also is sports director of Grand Valley TV and also of Whale Radio. Aside from that, he also has been broadcasting for the men's and women's hockey teams for like 3 years. So how's it going, Paul?
It's going pretty well. Near the end of the year, we're getting here. So
Right. So how did you get started in all of this?
Well, so I originally was at U of M, and I wasn't really doing what I wanted to do there. So I came to Grand Valley with the full intention of broadcasting sports here. So first day of classes, I go and find out who do I need to talk to do this. I go to Leno Kelly's office. I say, "Hello, I want to broadcast sports for the Whale," and he goes, "Okay, this is what you have to do." And I then got to my first year here, got to broadcast a couple men's hockey games, and like I said, now I've done women's hockey team as the main color guy for the last 2 years, won a couple awards for it. So yeah, it was kind of just a thing that I was just like, I need to get in this immediately, and I did, and it did work out the way I wanted it to.
Wow, okay, so you said you won 2 awards. Were they MAB awards or?
Yeah, they were student MABs. We won in 2017, myself, my partner Nate, who does the play-by-play, we won for Best Sports Broadcasting Team. Doing it for the women's hockey team, we got first place. And then in 2018, this year, we went and got 3rd place for it. So we've got 2 student MABs under our belt for it. So
okay, so aside from those highlights, what are some other highlights that you have from your broadcasting years?
Well, I mean, one of them definitely is broadcasting at Yost Ice Arena, where U of M plays. Grand Valley gets to play there because they do have women's hockey as a club sport there as well. So getting to broadcast at Yost is incredible. On top of that, getting to broadcast in my internship, getting to broadcast some really fun Granville high school football games and basketball games. It's been a lot of fun working with them as well this past year. But I mean, really, the broadcasting at Yost, there really can't be beat getting to broadcast in one of the best college hockey rinks in the world.
So what all are you're graduating this year, so like what all are you going to take away from this into your future career?
I mean, we'll see what I get to do, because I've gotten to do a lot of different things elsewhere, as well as getting to broadcast here. I've got another student MAB for being part of a daily newscast, where I was a sports reporter for TV for that. I've also gotten to do a lot of things like behind the scenes and different things. So we'll see where it takes me. We'll see exactly what I get to do, but I do have a lot of options besides just broadcasting specifically. So we'll see from there.
All right. Well, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. Good luck to yourself.
what we got for you.
Now, here on After the Whistle, we try to keep our takes no hotter than lukewarm. But one of the members of our crew has been burning up the set the entire year. You might want to open up a window because it's time for Hot Takes with Joe.
What's up, guys? Welcome to a new segment on After the Whistle called Joe's Hot Takes. I'm here to introduce you to the man himself, Joe Bielanski, the human habanero, the wild card himself. Come on in, Joe. All right, pal. Lay the takes on us.
Trubisky will be a top 5 quarterback by the time he's done. Matt Nagy's coming in, young head coach. Offense is feeling good. They're bringing in a couple wide receivers. I'm being blinded. He's bringing in a crop of wide receivers. And with Nagy, who's to say he can't? He's got a rocket arm. We had a small sample size last season. Trubisky, top 5 quarterback by the time he hangs it up. Number 2, Bryce. He's coming to Chicago. I don't care if Theo has to dish out $500 million. I don't get how it works. I'm not a businessman, but he's coming to Chicago. He's got a dog named Wrigley. Him and Chris Bryant are friends. Why wouldn't you want to come to Chicago? It's the Cubs, the friendly confine. So next season, Bryce will be a Cub. Number 3, LeBron. He's going to Philly. You know, why not? Because LeBron's a bum. He's not staying in Cleveland. He hates Cleveland. So he's going to Philly. They got the young pieces. They'll be in a good spot. They made the playoffs. Probably won't draft too well. So LeBron, boom, in Philly. But on the topic of Philly, KD. He opted out of his Warriors contract. KD, bit of reputation as a ring chaser? I think so. So he goes to Philly. Now somehow, again, not a business guy, they have LeBron. They got their crop of young talent. Boom, they got KD. Philly, fans will go nuts. Philly, just success all over the place. KD going to Philly. And Lauri Markkanen, also Baby Dirk. He will be a top 25 player by the time he hangs it up. Baby Dirk, look good his rookie year. All right, shot well for a big man. Baby Dirk will be one of the best big men in the league. And that's all I got for you.
All right, Joe. Thanks for that. Anyways, our own Mike Mahaffey joined us in studio to wrap things up tonight.
Hello, I'm here. I have the opportunity to talk with our After the Whistle seniors who will be graduating here in the near future. So I kind of just want to talk about your guys' experience with GVTV and Grand Valley and what you guys plan on in the future. So Arpan, you're obviously a journalism major. Talk about some of the classes, your experience with the actual school curriculum and things like that.
Well, it's interesting. When I got here, I actually wasn't a journalism major. They combined broadcasting and journalism into multimedia journalism. And before that happened, I kind of really wanted to just do strictly TV stuff. I wanted to be, totally in the broadcasting field. Having gone through a lot of print-based classes the past 4 years, it's made me realize I actually really enjoy writing, and so I'm actually hoping to pursue a career in that. As much as I love broadcasting as well, I think having the opportunity to see both sides has been really beneficial for me, and not only seeing both sides, but working with a lot of really talented people in the major, really insightful professors, working with a lot of really talented people on this show has really helped me a lot. It's been great for me.
Yeah, that sounds good. So, now I kind of want to talk about some of the stuff outside of the classroom. Paul, so you were the sports director for Grand Valley for 2 years. Kind of talk about your experience that you've had with clubs like After the Whistle, GVTV, and some of your experience that you've had.
Well, it was interesting. So when I first got here to Grand Valley, the first thing I wanted to do was broadcast for the radio station, broadcast sports for there. That was all really I wanted to do. Was like, well, I'm going to do radio broadcasting, and maybe that could translate to TV broadcasting. But then I got asked to be sports director for both radio and TV. It wasn't just radio that I was going to be doing anymore. People wanted me to do both, and it let me explore some new things. And getting to be a part of GVTV has really let me see some new options and let me learn in different ways. And working here with After the Whistle, I've gotten to do lots of different roles and get to host, get to direct, get to write scripts and stuff like that. Just do audio, do switcher, everything. So being able to do stuff here as well as in some other class stuff too it's really helped open my horizons and let me see new things. I've got to meet a lot of new people as well, make a lot of great friends, and being a part of this show has been a blast for a year and a half. And you know, it really has been one of the better parts of my GV experience, getting to be a part of, you know, these clubs, TV and radio.
All right, sweet. Now that we've talked about some of the experiences we've had with Grand Valley, Maitland, I want to know, like, what are your future plans? What are you doing after you graduate? Something to look forward to in the future.
Oh, yeah. I actually kind of came in here with the same expectations as Arpan, where, like, I thought I was coming here for one thing. I wanted to write, and then, you know, got involved in TV and radio, and actually want to pursue a career in radio. Being a morning show host would be probably the ultimate goal for me. But I will say that Grand Valley TV and After the Whistle has been an amazing experience. All the people have just been so great. It's been a little hard at times, but it's all stuff that you can take with you in your career, and I've learned from it all.
So now that you guys talked about your experience, what you're doing here, talk to future freshmen. Like, if you had one piece of advice for a journalism freshman, what would it be, guys?
Well, for me, it's just try everything, you know, do everything. We all came in here with expectations of, I'm going to do this one thing. And we all tried out a lot of different things. These two both have now things they want to do that weren't what they want to start. Me, I have a variety of different things that I want to do and could do because of what I've learned. I don't have a set thing that I'm like, I want to do this, but because I was able to branch out there and all of us were able to branch out there, we were able to, you know, find new paths for ourselves. And so that's my biggest advice, something I've told people for the last 2 years as a sports director is try everything.
I'd say too, you know, with careers in broadcasting, like you say, I want to be on the radio, I want to be on TV. People are like, yeah, right, like that's going to happen. Don't listen to anybody who tells you can't. Just keep pushing. There's always a way. There's always people willing to help you get to your next step. And I just think that that's so important to keep in mind.
And yeah, I think those are both really good points. If I had something to say, I'd definitely just say just challenge the status quo. Things might have been done like one way for an extended period of time. Always look to see how can we innovate, how can we make things better, and by that way you'll make yourself better. So I think, you know, always challenge the status quo is what I would say.
All right, sweet. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming and sharing your advice, you know, pieces on what you've experienced through this 4 years.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. That's going to do it for us tonight and for the semester and for the three of us forever. We thank you all for keeping along with us over the year and a half we've been running. Stay tuned for more. We've got Jen and Gelo from the Jen and Gelo podcast taking over as producers next year. But for now, as always, all game.
All season.
Always
On
on After the Whistle.